What did you do, sir? We need you to get out of here immediately, or else I'll have you thrown in the brig again.
Reginald, tell him what we saw.
Yes, there was an arm over yonder. We found it. We found a whole arm. Oh, it's gone now. Right. There was right. That won't crack.
Sir, follow me out of here. He just cuts you off. He doesn't want any more of your shit. And he starts to escort you guys out of this little corridor sequence. We cut back to Max. Sorry, I left you up there for a bit. Max,
yep, I was enjoying it.
Yeah, you've let's say roll luck.
Is 77 out of 80, so I got it.
Dang. So you aren't a millionaire. You managed to kind of keep. You didn't lose your money. Like if you lost that roll, I would say you just were down in the dumps and stuff. But you managed to kind of hold in there. Like you didn't really gain a lot of money, but you didn't lose a lot of money either. So you kind of managed to stagnate. And then as you're doing that. What?
I was about to say I've moved closer to my non-laughing buddy.
To
my kind of laughing buddy. Yeah.
He just kind of looks at you, and he's like every single time that he's getting into the game, he's chuckling along with people as they're chuckling. But every single time that there's like a little bit of an opening, he kind of gives you a stink eye. Like he doesn't want you to be here, and he also doesn't want you to be like included in the aristocratic elite.
And when I have a good roll, I go, "Whoa there, Allie! How about that? Be my luck, Lady Luck's right here by my side," and I'm kind of like pushing him with my elbow, like,
He doesn't really make any sounds, but he looks visibly pissed off at this, and everybody else at the table is having a great laugh at this, like that you're ripping like the esteemed Gutierrez de Almacan. But yeah, and in the corner of your eye, you can actually see three people come out of this staff room, and you recognize two of them because they're William and Reginald.
What do they look like?
William and Reginald and the steward?
I mean, what kind of state did they look in?
Hurried, what do you guys look like?
Blood all over them.
I think I'm still faking my hip dysplasia, like, oh, well, please take me back to my room. The doctor needs to take a look at me. We just got lost down there.
I'd imagine I'm probably a little wild-eyed.
Yeah, because that was a bit exciting.
I see Reginald and I go, the old hip dysplasia trick.
Just knowing it.
Like, this is our go-to.
Glorious.
Alright.
Must have gotten into something it wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, I'm dusting myself off, like checking for any of the roaches and stuff, just horrified that they're
I
still
want
on
you to roll sanity really quick.
12?
You're fine. Yeah, so you're a bit paranoid about having roaches in your pockets and stuff, but you won't take any damage.
He's holding in his hand something that looks exactly like the lobotomizer, but a little smaller, and it has a lighter on it. Like it has a little flame.
Yeah.
The exact same design. All the needles.
It's
everything.
Huge. It's got a million lighters on the end of it that go in a circle.
That's the flamethrower.
The flame bottomizer.
You're a doctor, not an engineer. You have one trick.
Yeah.
Those ones I would say a little bit smaller. I use it to light my pipe, you know.
Yeah. It's like one of those little revolver lighters, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's got like a really tiny little gear.
And as they kind of emerge out, the steward puts a lantern on the bar, and he walks up to Max as well, and he says, "I'm going to have to ask you and your friends to leave for tonight. You've been barred from casino night for the remainder of this trip."
He came to me?
Yeah. He knows that you three are trouble now, because not only were you arrested the night before for drunkenly skeet shooting off the back deck, but you're also being like disciplined now as well for going into a place they shouldn't have, and you're guilty via association.
I started taking a few steps back. My hands. All right, I can see where I'm not wanted. You're kicking me out of here. You know this stand if we were in America.
Wonderful.
And with that,
it's about freedom. I go to Gutierrez again.
Yeah.
And I look him in the eyes. I'm like, it's about freedom.
It just goes
Freedom.
doesn't say anything. Just looks around. Just and then They escort you back to your room. They don't throw you in the brig or anything because
I cash out before.
They allow you to cash out because you were playing at a big spender table and you did. So they aren't like gonna completely fuck you over, but they don't want you at casino night anymore. So basically, this drops you guys off outside of the dining hall.
I take 2/3 of the winnings and I put it in my pocket, and I put 1/3 of it back in Reginald's wallet. and I say, here, old friend, sorry, not as lucky as I usually am, but didn't quite double it, but I did increase your winnings, and I hand back the wallet.
You'll get them next time, old buddy.
There's
pat him on the shoulder.
There's like 3 seconds after the three of you are outside, and then all of a sudden the door to the dining room opens again, and you see Lake just kind of get pushed out the door, and he just goes, God, what did you do? What did all three of you do?
It's the old hip dysplasia. Gets him every time.
We found roaches and a watch with an embroidery.
With an embroidery?
In an embroidered watch, you don't stay.
They were hyper-aggressive roaches. They were not your common roach.
Bugs?
They had picked the bone of it had a purple sleeve. I remember clear as day. It's burned into my retinas. They had picked it clean.
Purple sleeve. Reginald, didn't you mention something about that? Max? You said something about purple?
Yes, we were looking for a man in a purple suit. We found the arm, and the arm had a bullet hole in it, I believe, and found this watch.
Did you find the rest of the man?
Oh no, we were dragged away.
So
we were frightened by roaches.
So, let's recap. We're looking for a one-armed Al Capone gangster. Cool. And he starts to walk back off to the room.
At least what's left of him. And I take the watch and I'm holding excellent needlework.
A true master of their craft.
All right, just to keep this boat rolling, we're gonna cut to tomorrow now.
Good.
So
real quick, I took the watch and I put it in my pocket.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if I need a sleight of hand to do that, but
I wouldn't be paying attention.
No, you're good. All right, so it is now Tuesday, February 8th. On the agenda for today are Chad Peterson's memorial service, Wang Ma's funeral service, and there are 6 days until we arrive in Shanghai. We open with you guys. You've done your morning routines, and you are fresh to go. So you are the boat is your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
Before everyone vacates the room, I'll look to Lei, and I'll say, perhaps it's time we had that conversation.
Yeah, you're right. And he just kind of looks at Max as well, and he's like, "This is fine. Reginald, I think we should tell them why we're really going to China. I think they've proven themselves."
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I already told Max, but go ahead. Your version might be more indescribable, or more carefully laid out.
So, William, I heard that you were looking into nightmare opium.
Yes, that's what they call it on the street, apparently.
What did Dr. Song tell you about nightmare opium?
He said, my photographic memory, although I can't picture words. Never mind. I will say, he told me that it was dangerous and that I should stay away from it. He said that even being in its mere presence has been known to drive people mad, inexplicably. And he said that he thought that nothing good of medicinal value could be found.
Well, he's damn right on that front. Reginald was talking about fishmen, and what if you mentioned yesterday you guys saw a bunch of bugs? Horrible bugs that aren't acting normal?
Thousands of them. They would coated the walls.
What if I told you that monsters are real?
I'll just narrow my eyes at him.
I figured.
Go on.
The reason we're going to Shanghai is because we want to stop this man who leads a gang. We can't. he kind of chuckles because he realizes how stupid it sounds. But like he says, we can't say his name because if we say his name, he can see us, and we don't want him to see us. So we've been calling him the Beast. and he is in charge of a gang that peddles this nightmare opium. He also is a... Reginald, why don't you tell them? Maybe if both of us go in on this.
Well, I believe he was a sorcerer of some renown, with a propensity for rhyme that I killed with a sick haiku.
No, that wasn't him. That
Yes,
was
the other one.
He
That
was.
was an
He is a
underling.
sorcerer. You got that part. We didn't kill him because that's why we're still going to Shanghai.
Right. He had an underling who was a sorcerer also of some renown that I managed to kill myself.
Fact of the matter is, yes.
Yes, there is a, but this beast is a powerful man who did kill one of our friends, and we are going to strike first.
So there's some sort of strong man in China, and I mean, what are we gonna do? Just go over there, shoot him, then have a
Yes.
good time?
We're gonna
Correct.
figure out how to do that, but
Doesn't sound like anything out of the ordinary for what we do. I mean,
well, that's why I have my friend Reginald here. We used to have Everett Breckenridge and some camera guy with us too, but they decided they didn't want to do it right now, so he killed my brother and I demand revenge, so we're going to Shanghai to stop him. But it sounds like some of his shenanigans are happening on this boat. So I want you to keep an eye out. And I also want to consider you, both of you, Max, William, to be part of our group. I won't hold any secrets anymore, and I'm not going to act shady. I trust you guys with my life now. He shouldn't say to Max, but he does.
me neither. No more deceit, no more lies.
Damn it.
It's 100% truthful.
I've been
will say,
100% honest this entire time.
I will say, I can't be an acquaintance or an accomplice to murder, and the oath that if I were a licensed doctor, they would have made me take prevents me from doing so. I am happy to help get to the bottom of this mystery.
Yes.
Indeed, all we gotta do is find him, and then you, sir, could just close your eyes.
I will say, so when we were in the bar last night, that young couple, Jenny, and I think his wife, fiance, girlfriend,
You're
Rachel?
talking about Charlotte?
Charlotte, yeah,
Friend.
yeah,
They seemed like they were all just friends.
friend. They are keen to get to the bottom of Chad's disappearance as well. They suspect foul play.
Hmm.
or
Well,
that something is afoot.
I would try to keep them out of the loop as much as possible because I don't think they are prepared for something like what you saw and something like what we're experiencing. They are probably under the impression this is all perfectly normal, and
Indeed.
I'm about to tell you it is very not.
I will tell you that Jenny seemed particularly. I mentioned supernatural, and Jenny perked up. He seemed quite intrigued at that thought. Perhaps he's just has a novice interest, but
Maybe, but
maybe it's something more.
the
It,
less
it felt like something more.
Unfortunately, the less people involved in this, the better. The more people we rope in, the more potential victims the beast has to add to his repertoire. So, sorry to rope you in, but you're in now, and you're with us.
Well, hunt is on.
So what is our next step?
Well, we gotta make sure that whatever's happening on this boat isn't linked to the beast. So we should probably get to the bottom of this mystery. I guess we're looking for somebody named Bunny.
Bunny Bates, yes, I believe the watch said.
Alright, well, I guess that's a lead. Until then, act natural, enjoy your cruise, and let's see if we can figure out where Bunny is. And figure out what's going on with Chad Peterson, I guess.
Indeed.
Yep. We gotta find a man with one arm.
One-armed bandit.
A one-armed bandit.
Alright, and with that, Lay nods to you all, and he exits the room.
Interesting.
Which part? The whole thing? The terribles of our adventure?
Is the adhesive side pointing out on your? What is this?
What have you
I think it's
done?
a different color. It's
You
just
have a
different
real
color.
mustache.
It's like
Not quite the same.
it's more prominent.
The
I will
old
say-
double stash.
Powerful
No
trick.
No comment. I will say, I'll say, the whole thing is sorcerers, the beast, blood vendettas. But I can't explain what I saw on that ship 2 nights ago and what I saw last night. If anything, we'll find the mystery, and perhaps we'll find it something mundane. That's what I hope.
Do we have any leads on this Bunny Bates? We could ask around the ship. Perhaps she'll be at the memorial service. We could always hit that up as well.
I was about to say, it sounds like we need to split up, unless both memorial services are happening in the same place at the same time.
They are not. They're happening one after the other, though.
Oh, it sounds like a movie marathon. Don't bring the popcorn.
And perhaps if we have time before the services, we could scope out Mr. Bates's cabin. Maybe that would give us a lead.
We'll have to find out where it is. Someone said they saw him talking to somebody on the 3rd floor, but we've been on the 3rd floor. It doesn't mean we stay there.
And I'll gesture to you, Max. I'll say that watch perhaps is our way in. We could pretend to be good Samaritans trying to return it.
The watch? Excuse me? Oh, yes. Oh, of course. The
Yes,
watch.
The one
Yes.
with the one with the fancy embroidering on it. You know.
Yeah, Reggie, you've got that in your pocket, don't you?
Reginald, what the
Oh.
fuck?
I just wanted to try it out.
You gotta put it on your chest for chest hair.
I know. I've got 100 of these things. I will check my
Covers his nips with them so he can just full chest it.
I will check my pockets. Oh, I seem to have misplaced the pocket watch.
And I'm gonna tap my temple. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that we gave it to you last night.
You gave it to who?
You, Max.
Max. Oh, me, Max, huh?
Yeah.
Well, how about that? It's in my pocket. Well,
Oh yes.
how about that?
So perhaps we could use that as a ticket in. We are maybe friends of Mr. Bunny, and we'd like to give it back to him. We could show it to them.
Are you saying we should lie?
Trying to guilt
I know.
trip him out of giving
I'll
you
put my hand on his shoulder and I'll say, I know that it's a stretch, but you're going to have to go into uncomfortable territory
Well,
for the greater good.
if it's for the greater good.
Enabling him.
Perfect.
So I couldn't do it for any selfish reason, reach outside of myself, and you know what? I think it's a good idea.
He's just sweating up a storm. Yeah, well, just.
Be the peace. Oh god.
Alrighty, so you guys have the ability to do, I guess, 4 things today. The things that are on the agenda are Chad Peterson's memorial service and Wang Ma's funeral service. Otherwise, there's the boat's your oyster.
What time is the funeral service?
The memorial service is happening in about an hour. So if you wanted to make that your first stop, that would be good. And then, what are you doing, Tom?
My chest hair.
Did you make a stop for a second? And then the funeral service would be immediately following. And then basically, if you did those 2 things first, that would leave from about like 1 o'clock onwards for you.
Oh, we could try the old watch trick first.
If we have a little time, I don't see the harm in the old coach try.
We do have an hour.
Yeah, so we go to the main office.
You could. Well, it'd be the probably like the it's
Not
where, like,
the stewards that we know.
The concierge.
The concierge would probably be the best one. So you walk up to the desk. It's in like this really nice looking kind of lobby area that's kind of in the center of where all the hallways that spread off to the different classes for rooms go. And they see you coming, and it's a younger woman, and she goes, "Hi, how may I help you?"
Oh, why? Hello there, miss.
Hello.
No, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, the way that you spoke to me caught me off guard. I seem to be a little lightheaded. Excuse me.
Do you need medicine?
I'm gonna dab his forehead.
It's that gleam in your smile, the sweetness in your voice. It just, whew. Well,
I can find
set my heart
somebody much
aflutter.
ruder to talk to you if you'd like.
No, please don't, please. Please, the pleasure is mine, really. Name's Max Weasel. At your service, miss.
My name's Xian. How can I help you?
Well, yes, well, we're here, Miss Shihan, because we have an item that we've procured that we found lying on the ground. Somehow, possibly a broken clip here on this magnificent watch. You can tell the embroidery here. It's very fine, delicately done needlework. So, miss, we'd like to return to this man, but we're afraid we don't know him. We don't know his room number, and it's far too expensive just to leave somewhere else.
Ah, yes, so you'd like to put this into Lost and Found?
Oh, no, of course not. Not something like this. This cost in the tens of dollars.
My God.
My God.
My God.
Well, I can try and look up the room. Do you know who it would go to?
Oh, yes, Mr. Bugsy Bates. Bunny Bates. Bunny Bates.
Bunny Bates. Bunny Bates. Okay, I'll have to check with the purser to see if I can find out the name where that room goes to. If you like...
Sure, yeah, of course. Is this something does he have the information? Is it something we could talk to him directly, or do you just have to ask permission to tell us where to go?
Well, once I find out the room number, I'd be able to point you in the right direction, but unfortunately, we don't necessarily know where the purser is, so once I find him, I can report back to your room to let you know.
Oh, report to my room, you say?
Not everything is in advance. But yes, if you'd like...
Why, yes, of course. About what time do you think you would stop by?
I'm not entirely sure yet. Basically, as soon as I know the information, I can deliver it to your room.
Sure. If when you come to my room, please bring a bottle of champagne as well.
I can accommodate that. She says
Excellent.
innocently.
As he sits there.
God, sweating and just...
Sweating.
What's wrong with you?
He's a lizard man.
He's a lizard.
I can't even like the big
William,
bad wolf
remember
from
when I
that
told
one.
you that supernatural beings exist?
Like an Edgar
Yeah.
suit.
And of course, I wouldn't want to overstep my bounds here, but where's the purser's office? If I could ask, maybe I'll stop by when I'm in between here and there, between the memorial services, you know.
Oh, sure.
Today we wanna-
The purser's office is on the 3rd floor. So it's she just kind of guides you to it. I don't know off the top of my head, but you know the directions to get to the purser's office.
Great. Well, thank you, miss. Much appreciate your name. Shihan, you said.
Xian, yes.
Wonderful. See you later.
Goodbye.
For our date.
No.
And then I leave. I turn to Reginald and say, I turn to Reginald and the doctor and I say, well, it looks like we're breaking into the purser's office.
Absolutely.
It's par for the course.
Floor 3, she kind of did this thing. So I think it's that way.
Through the ceiling, I guess. In that weird corner in the ceiling. Alrighty, but yeah, that leaves you about 10 minutes before the memorial service starts.
Sounds like we're
That conversation took 50 minutes.
Walking there and then being able to walk to it. Yeah, it's a big boat. It's the
My
biggest boat America's ever been.
verisimilitude, whatever that word is. I don't believe it. It's like one of those video games where like it's like 5 minutes in the real world is like 6 hours in the game.
Yeah, it's already nighttime. In fact, 3 days have gone by and you haven't pissed or slept or anything.
I'm dehydrated and dying.
I'm peeing as I walk.
Time sucks.
I think we should do a quick once-over in the office, like you said.
That's a good idea. It wouldn't be a waste of time if one of us were to hit the old memorial service, see if any suspicious one-armed bandits might show up.
I would say yes. Perhaps we allow the what do I say? The young Shion Greyjoy to find out whatever she was going to find, and we hit up the memorial service, then find the porter's office. We don't have much time. I kind of glance at my non-existent watch.
You kind of glance at Bunny Bates' watch.
It's
the only watch you all three own.
Master Bunny Bates.
Well, yes, there's kind of an advantage going both ways. We either go and we find out if anyone suspicious shows up at this memorial service, or we know for sure the purser's out right now.
Well, I'm observant. I can go to the memorial service.
Well, if you don't mind, might be less suspicious if instead of 4 guys breaking into a purser's office,
there's just 2 or 3.
Reginald could always pull the old hip
doing
dysplasia
something
trick
else on the boat. So he's not with you.
Oh,
guys
I thought he was with us. Okay,
No,
never mind.
Well,
I'll go to the memorial service.
I will stay and help.
We're gonna break into the purser's office.
Yes.
All right.